Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for inviting me here to do the keynote session for a very important topic called Be Future Ready. I've been to Palakkad many times, and I'm really happy that my friend Prashant invited me this time, and that's the reason I'm here. Thank you very much for your friendship and all that you've done for me through my career. Okay, thank you very much for that. So, Palakkad Management Association has been calling me a few times, but the schedule never permitted it, and that's the reason I couldn't make it. My apologies for that, but better late than never. I'm here today. The topic is interesting, which is about being future ready. Everybody talks about the future, but very few people prepare for it, or very few people try and understand it to say, hey, maybe I can do something about it. So what I'm going to talk to you about is what does the future look like and why. Okay? So, where do I point? Yeah. The first thing I think all of us should recognize is that the future will be. The future will be and will belong to technology. And everything in a person's life, everything in a company's life will be impacted by technology. The more you stay away from it, the lesser you have a chance of being successful in whatever you're trying to do. We've always thought of technology. We've always thought of technology as something which is used in manufacturing. But for the first time, we are seeing technology which impacts people, which impacts households, which impacts supply chain, which impacts customer experience. Every single thing is impacted by technology today. So, technology is omnipresent. It's an industry on its own, but there is technology in every industry. So, an industry which does not adopt to technology or become facile with technology will continue to stay a commodity and will get hammered by industries which use technology. Remember this. So, there is no option, whatever you're doing, whether you're in the agriculture business, whether you're in the services business, whether you're in the manufacturing business, whether you're in the retail business, you have to embrace technology. There's absolutely no, getting away from that fact. Technology has many buzzwords at various points of time because it's always a moving target. Things keep changing. Internet was very big in the 90s. Today, internet is a given. Almost everybody has access to it. Social media was a big thing 10, 15 years ago. Today, it's a given. The latest buzzword is this, which is AI. And what will AI do? And I'm going to talk to you a bit on AI and tell you how I see AI and what impact will it have on the organization and what impact will it have on people such as yourselves and what you need to do about it. So this is what I'll do over the next few slides. The first thing is adoption of AI. Adoption of AI is rapid. 35% of Fortune 500 companies and 42% already use it, and another 42% intend to use it. So in the next 1 year, almost 70% of Fortune 500 companies will have something or the other to do with AI. And a lot of it, I submit to you, when I give you the examples, will have to do with customer-facing initiatives, because that's where the huge value will be for anybody using AI. So this is going to be a standard thing. For example, this rate of adoption was not seen in digital in the past, but this rate of adoption is being seen in AI. Next, what does it mean for somebody who is an employee? So if you look at what it means for somebody who's an employee, 30% of tasks and 60% of jobs will get redefined. This is according to the World Economic Forum. Anything which is a repetitive task will get taken over by AI. So what it will force each and every employee to do is to move up the value chain, be far more insightful, and see how he or she can add value, not just from data, but from the insights from the data. So I think data will become passe, and every single job which is a repetitive job will change. So that's what you need to think about. Much like, for example, the concept of a receptionist doesn't exist anymore in any organization. So that was because there was phone calls. In the past, and I used to say this when I was in Nokia, in the year 2000, if I had to talk to Prashant, I would call a building. I called a building to talk to Prashant. Now if I have to talk to Prashant, I call Prashant. So the very fact that this could happen took away the job of the intermediary, which was the receptionist. The receptionist who was plugging calls and saying, sir, you got a call from Shiv Kumar, you got a call from Prashant, is all over now. So anything which is a repetitive task, non-value adding task, whether you are a company, whether you are a distributor, whether you are a travel agent, it doesn't matter. Any non-value adding repetitive task will go away. Now, a lot of people have made predictions about technology over the past many years. I'm just taking out predictions which are completely wrong in technology over the last 100 years. People said lots of things about these technologies, none of them came true. Okay, so let me give you examples. Okay, so in the year 1920, okay, remember Wilbur Wright, etc., started flying around 1905. In the year 1920, everybody said we'll have personal cars. You know why? Because they saw just the Wright brothers in a vehicle, so they thought all the future will be personal. So there were Parisian magazines which would have on the cover women going in personal cars to shop and come back, etc. Never happened. The cost of making a personal flying car is exorbitant. From 1920s till today, 104 years later, we still haven't seen personal flying cars. 1920s, people said robots will take over the world. This robo has taken over the stage today in 2024. But from 1920, people have been talking about it. 1930s, people said audiobooks will sweep the world. Everybody will listen to audiobooks. The wonderful hostess mentioned that I made 3 books. So for my second book, The Right Choice, my editor Radhika of Penguin said, Shiv, you must do an audiobook. I said, sure. And with all the enthusiasm, I told her, I will personally record it. So I went to a studio in Worli and recorded the book completely, start to finish, cover to cover, over something like 4 to 5 weeks. Disaster. It just didn't do well. People don't have the time for it, as simple as that. So we talked about audiobooks sweeping the world in 1930s. In 1950s, people said online shopping, when the first set of computers came in. Today, online shopping is very big, 74 years later, in India, in China, and in UK. In 1970, NASA said, by 2000, we'll go to Mars. We will start living on Mars by 2000. Now, here are very successful organizations, successful companies, saying these things. None of them came true. I don't know what part of AI will come true, but a lot of it will come true. I think AI will take shape and form, which is very different from what we imagine today. For example, when telephones came in, and when we introduced all kinds of models from Nokia, we never thought that there would be a market for a missed call. But that became one of the business models. Every single competition on television, what do? Ask you for a missed call. Then they get back to you. We never ever imagined that missed call could be an opportunity. So AI will build many opportunities like this, which maybe we are not thinking about, but it will happen. Some of the industries which have very high AI already is aviation, is retail, is health, and is architects. We already see enough AI in this. What's common to a lot of these? The very large data sets. An AI system works when you have a very large data set. If you put garbage into the data set, you'll get garbage out. So it's extremely important to have the right set of data. So if you have data sets in your company, that is the place to start in terms of applying AI in your company. That can be in supply chain with respect to people who work with you as vendors. It can be in customer management. It can be your distributors. It can be anything. If you have a large database, then that is ripe for AI. Just keep that in mind and go and do that. One is large database. Second is customer management. Anything to do with customer facing, like airlines, like retail, like banks have. It's hugely, valuable at that point of time. And whatever you do, remember the customer finally must feel that you are serving him or her in the best possible manner. If you do not serve him or her in the best possible manner, that customer will go away to somebody else. A lot has been said, and I'm sure that you're reading a lot about it in terms of saying what AI can do and what AI cannot do. I'll put a simple slide for you to say what AI can do and what AI cannot do. It is not a one size fits all. So, what AI can do is handle repetitive tasks. What AI can do is to streamline operations. What AI can do is to reduce cost by reducing activity. What AI can do is to give you trend analysis. What AI can do is to get personalization for your customers. And what AI can do is to get better talent management. What AI cannot do, and I stress what AI cannot do, it cannot help you make a decision. It can give you alternatives, but then finally it's your judgment. So AI cannot decide for you, AI can input into your decision. AI cannot be creative. You might have an image in your mind of what you want. AI will give you a standard stuff. And it's likely they'll give the same standard stuff to everybody. So in which case, how will you stand out as a creative person? So AI cannot give you creativity. Third, AI cannot inspire. Can this robo inspire you? The answer is no. But can a speaker inspire you? The answer is yes. Okay, so AI cannot inspire. AI cannot be a leader. It cannot give you leadership. You have to give yourself leadership. And finally, AI cannot help you collaborate. Human beings have to collaborate. So, if you look at the right-hand side of things I said that AI cannot do, a lot of this is what we call soft skills. They're innately human skills. It's about human beings. It's about their mind. It's about their tensions, their worries, their concerns, their happiness, their joy. So that is something that AI cannot do. So no machine can mimic the emotions that we feel for each other. And that's what you truly need to think about. So don't outsource, culture to AI. It will never work. Okay? So a simple question for you, the more than 200 people in this room. Let me ask you a simple question. Who do you think is the most digitized institution in India today? Because we're talking about being future ready. Who do you think is the most digitized institution in India today? Any answers? Any idea? ISRO. Okay, anybody else? Railways, anybody else? Good answer. Anybody else? Government of India. Who said that? You said Government of India. I need to send you a book. You're absolutely right. That's the exact answer. It is the Government of India. Okay. Now just imagine, there are 78 million people who file income tax. Within a few hours, you are told whether your tax is correct, not, how much refund you'll get, how much you need to pay. Absolutely unthinkable a few years ago. Thanks to digitization, all of India, 1.2 billion people, has their Aadhaar card. They have their Aadhaar card. Now the Aadhaar card is the basis of everything today. It's the most digitized institution. IRCTC in railways, completely computerized, completely digitized. In the past, we'd go stand outside the train bogie and see, do I have a seat? Do I have RAC? Do I have wait list? Where am I? All gone today. Every single place, digitization has swept the country. Almost every single business model, UPI is a great example. I can pay for anything through UPI today. So, obviously the government was future ready. And the platform was UPI, the platform was Aadhaar. That's how we built it. So if the Government of India can be so future ready, each of you having business of 100 crores, 200 crores, 500 crores, I'm sure that all of you can be future ready for AI. And that's my submission to you. Okay, don't ever think that technology is something which somebody else has to do. You can do it. And the funny part about digitization, and I have 3 minutes left, is this. The average household today is more digitized than the average company in India. The average household today entertains itself digitally, they shop digitally, they pay digitally, they educate digitally, they check their health status digitally. The household is more digitized than the average company. So now, I propose to you and I submit to you, the government is very digitized, the average household is very digitized. Why is the average company not that digitized? That's the question you need to ask yourself. And what can you do for your customers to get digitized? And finally, my last slide for you before I end, at the end of my 15 minutes. First, On AI, a company that uses AI will always beat a company that does not use AI. A lawyer who uses AI will beat a lawyer who does not use AI. A chartered accountant who uses AI will beat a chartered accountant who will not use AI, which means more business. That's the first thing. AI will start by pushing costs down in every industry. AI will drive agility and speed in every industry. Agility comes from horizontal collaboration, not from vertical diktats. So AI will help horizontal collaboration. AI will make organizations flatter in terms of flow of information. AI cannot be a substitute for face-to-face interaction. It cannot be a substitute ever. Those days haven't come. I've gone through all kinds of video technology, Halo technology, Cisco technology. When I've been a CEO, if I'm going to meet somebody, let's say somebody is called Rajesh, a salesperson. When I talk to him on the phone or on video and ask him, is this month going okay? He will say, yeah, it's okay, etc. But when I sit in front of him face to face and I look in his eyes and say, will you deliver the target? When he starts shifting, I know he's not going to do it. So AI cannot substitute that human interaction and feeling. Okay? Outsourcing something leaves you with no ability to improve it. If I outsource my presentation to somebody, then I lose the ability to improve it. Remember this. So whenever you outsource anything, you lose the ability to improve it. Okay? Leadership cannot be outsourced and culture cannot be outsourced. So AI will happen. Digitization has been a huge success in India. Digitization will continue to drive many more industries, and everybody who uses AI will be far better equipped to deal with the future world than a person who does not use AI. So I've taken exactly 15 minutes of my time. Thank you very much for your attention. It was lovely to putting this presentation for you. Thank you.